No? You're not coming here, Hazel? She's not coming. All right, Piper, let's go. We're heading outside for Piper and Stella to go potty for the second time this morning. So it's a Sunday morning with nothing to do. I might just chill out in that chair, watch Olivia and Quinn play on that pole. Jason and Tyler will run around the yard on a bunch of toys. Jake is in this I'm a teenager, I have a job, I am not doing anything on the weekends mode, which we totally agree. He's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to go on a hike. I don't want to walk. I walk all week, which he does. He works at a campground with a bunch of little kids and they walk. I actually want to get him a Fitbit. Maybe I'll get him a basic, simple. He says they look stupid though. He said he kind of wanted something, but something where he can track how many steps did he do today, because that's what he does. He walks all week at these campgrounds with all these little kids. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna milk the goats eventually, but we have this like family conundrum going on, and we've talked about it before as a YouTube community, as a family community. We don't do the vacation thing, so we use that, okay, let's backtrack. ADD moments here again. And by the way, this is not a one-take wonder, so stick around. It might get good. Subscribe and follow, by the way. Yes, my name is Aaron. We do own a farm. I feel like I don't talk about farming much because we're in a time of this. If you're watching this video, wow, that tree is really dead. It's got to come down. If you're watching this video, it is July, mid-July somewhere, 17th, I think. And it's milking goats every morning. You go out, you milk the goats, you have all day, then you go at night. You may milk them at night or you may not, because you might be, ow, I just poked myself in the chin with my straw. You may not milk them because you might be weaning them. That's when I switch hands. So it's just the same poop every day. See, I try to not use the bad words. So yes, it's a farming channel. It's family farming fun. You get a lot of family on this channel. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the Aaron Simon channel, which is my channel, which is where I can kind of do whatever I want, which I pretty much do whatever I want on this channel too. On that channel, I'm talking more about weighing in every Wednesday, kind of the food consumption, trying to stay a healthy human, take care of, be a responsible father, all that kind of stuff. I might start putting more there and less here. But I want to stay daily here. So I haven't figured that out yet. I'm trying to balance the two. Like if I have a video that is completely unrelated to the family or to farming, it might go on the other channel. To clean this channel up of literally only family and farm, if that makes sense. So in other words, go subscribe to that channel too. It's free. It doesn't me. I think I posted a cheese video yesterday because I made a little goat cheese. And I think today, actually, I'm posting the second portion of that. So you can actually, I got a call in the middle of making that video. So where was I going with this? Yeah, the kids, Jason, Tyler, super excited about this whole boating license thing. I want to get them a boat like this, a free one, like find one on Craigslist or Amazon. I'm not Amazon, or a Facebook Marketplace. And then they can work on it and like maybe spend some of their money on a motor. And we already have good life jackets. Hang on, switching again. I gotta walk this way. Because it's just something to really into. It's summer right now, and it reminds me of a movie we watched. I can't remember what movie it was. Mom was talking about it yesterday. And these kids, oh, it's not back here. I thought it was back here. We'll talk about that in a minute. These kids were three little kids, like 12 years old, 13 years old, whatever. In the movie, part of the, Rookie of the Year. If you've never seen that movie, this one, Rookie of the Year. The kid in the movie whose arm was able to throw the baseball real fast, him and his friends were building their own boat. And they finally got it running. And they were out on the water these 3 little boys, and they found these 3 little girls, and they ended up out on the water, and they were happy as they were having the time of their life on a boat with a motor that spit out black smoke and everything like that. It was funny. So when we see Jace and Tyler in Cabela's, which is where we went yesterday to just window shop, when we see them in there and they're just so excited about, oh, maybe we get a motor like this, or maybe we get one of these, or we got to go fishing. Like, they are like that true, I don't know. There's this little bit of like, I don't know, kid excitement that kind of Liz and I are picking up on, and we're kind of doing the same thing. Like, ooh, did you see that boat that just popped up on the market? That one's real nice. Did you see this one? This one's got a dining room table kind of feel, because we got to work from it. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be an office. It's going to be that second home. I remember growing up as a child, my dad, after the divorce, I was 5 when the divorce happened, so I don't really remember any of that. My mom, myself, my brother lived here in the city, I would say. My dad lived in like condos and stuff. But for him to get away, he went to my uncle's house in upstate New York. So that was his getaway. And then after a while, he bought himself a house in upstate New York. Switch again. And these houses were like little tiny rundown, like didn't even have, you know, complete setup of running water sometimes. I mean, they were older, and they needed work or whatever, but it gave him something to do outside of his norm. I mean, he worked for the military, for the government. So 9 to 5, very structured military, you know, weekend drills, all that stuff. But he had that getaway, and he had his kids because of the whole, what's that called, custody type thing. So we went and saw Dad on the weekends and all that kind of stuff. This is like family story time. And hi, House Supply. And then he ended up buying one. It was his weekend getaway, but they weren't winter safe. They weren't safe, winter ready. So we winterized them, and they became this like 9 months out of the year fun thing to do. Like, hey, what are we doing? I'm picking you guys. You know, he would call Mom. Like, I'm picking up the boys. On the way custody worked was one weekend we would go with Dad both days. So we'd go like Friday night and be there Saturday, Sunday, and he'd get us back Sunday night to go to school. But then the next weekend, it was only Saturday. So pick up Saturday morning, which worked for my mom because she worked in the emergency room at the hospital on the weekends because the pay was better and stuff like that. So there was this, whatever. So that I digress. My point is, up in New York, my uncle had a boat on the lake. And I remember boating from the time I was a wee little kid. And then my other uncle, my dad's older brother, rest in peace, he passed away 2 years ago, I want to say. 2 or 3. He was down in Florida, but he used to live here in Connecticut on a big lake, Candlewood Lake. And that lake, he had a boat on. And I remember going out on that boat. I think I went on, and I'll ask my dad. This will be funny. This will go way back, and I'm curious, too. Hold, right there. Okay. I'll ask my dad. I think pre-divorce, my brother, myself, my mom, and Dad probably went out on Candlewood Lake on a boat before. Probably. And so my point is, boats have been in my life all my life. It's just there's been these, let's say every decade, every 10 years, there's these different changes, you know, from 0 to 10. Yeah, I bet you my mom and dad, pre-divorce, all that stuff, I was on boats. Then that, like, the divorce happened and the kids are getting older and all this stuff. And then I remember going out on my uncle's boat. Both uncles, different lakes, different areas. And then I remember my mom actually taking me with a friend of hers on a boat to Block Island. I'll never forget that trip. I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old. It was a friend of hers from the hospital. They owned a boat here in Connecticut. It was a big venture. To me, I felt like we were at sea for like 5 hours. Like we left Connecticut and went out to Block Island. By the way, you can get there in less than an hour. It's not 5 hours. But it was exciting. I remember buying a shark. How you doing, Stella? You good? Tickle, tickle, tickle. I remember buying a shark tooth, and I was a little kid, and I had it on a necklace, like silly stuff. But these are the types of things Liz and I are like, all right, there's this society tells you, if you do some research about it, that your best income potential years in your life are usually between 40 and 70. So those 30 years, well, obviously some people retire in that 60-ish range or whatever. So it's really 40 to 60. Those 20 years, you're kind of an adult now, like a real adult. You're not a young adult. You're probably, if you're in your 40s, maybe not. This is very general, very high. This is a very 50,000 foot view. You know, you've already figured out your life. We figured out we're farmers, right? I'm 43. Liz is not even 40 yet. By the way, 40th birthday coming soon. That's going to be a big one. So yeah, it's like, all right, we figured it out. We're here. We've got, you know, we're here as in like we're not trying to figure out life. We know what our life is. It is soap making. It is lotion making. It is dogs. It is, you know, farm life. But what else can it be? So the kids at 7, 8, 13, which those three we still have. Don't get me wrong. We still have Jake. But I had a friend of ours tell me once, he goes, you only get your kids for 5 years. That's it. 5 years. No, 10 years, he said. 10 years. That's what, sorry. 10 years. He goes, by the time, from 0 to 5, you're in charge. You can't really do anything with them. They're like little, right? There's this thing that happen. But then when they hit like 5 to 15, those 10 years is when you really have them. Whether it's camping or boating or whatever, they're pretty much stuck to you like glue, and they pretty much do anything you want, and they experience life. Then when they hit 15 or 16, they want nothing to do with you, which is pretty much where Jake is. He's like, no, I don't want to go on a boat. You guys buy a family boat. I'm not going on it. Nope, I'm good. He's like, I'm out. But then he did agree yesterday that if it's at a marina, he doesn't like the rocking. He had an experience. I can't believe I'm still talking. There was something else I was going to talk about in this video that I now might not put in. But he had this experience in middle school where he was a part of a sailing club at like 13, 14 years old. So he went out on the ocean on these little sunfish sailboats. And he went out there and it rocked too much. And he's like, I don't like boats. They rock. I almost fell off in the ocean. He's like, I don't want to go on. But he did agree that if we just go hang out at the marina and sit on our boat and like cook some cheeseburgers, and it's just like this community thing that you can go walk down the pier, go meet all the other little kids. Hey, I mean, he's 16. What, like, you know what I mean? That's all I'll say. You know, he's like, I'll go do that. That I'll go do. He goes, but I don't think I'm going out in the middle of the ocean where you can't see land. You know, and it's like Gilligan's Island. Can you imagine that YouTube video? Oh my God, we'll explode. Aaron, Liz, and kids get stranded on desert island. Stay tuned for next video. So yeah, there's this. So Liz and I are like, you know what? I don't think we want to wait 2 years. We wait 2 years, we'll lose Tyler too. He'll be 16. He'll be out working. He won't want to hang out. And then the little guy, freaking Quinn, will be at 11 or 12. So it's like, oh, sooner rather than later might be the time to do it. And then there's that quote. If you guys remember, I used this quote way back. Came from, ow, my hip. By the way, MRI's in a couple weeks. Oh, there was this quote that came from this girl that was on America's Got. Stella's still there, by the way. She's right there. Piper is over there. There's this quote. This girl was performing on America's Got Talent, and she has cancer. She's 20 something. She beat it, and she was in remission and everything. And she said, "Don't don't wait until life is easy to start having fun." That's an amazing quote. So, yeah, the kids want a little fishing boat. Mom and I want a boat we can pretty much live on or work from. So, that's what's going on there. Now, Jake, this is a this is a revelation. I couldn't believe this was going to come. Green Machine, unfortunately, if you guys have been around a while, I'll try to put a picture of him here. Green Machine's not working so well. We did all that work. Most of that work we did was suspension. We did all the bushings in the suspension to make it a smoother ride. We did new tires. We did new seats to make it safer. He loved it. We had that New York trip, memories. We have the video. Jason Tyler can't forget. We'll never forget all the work they did on Green Machine while Jake was in rehab. But now the decision is we're selling it. And like Jake cried, and Tyler and Jace kind of cried because we think there's a transmission problem, which there might be somebody out there, maybe, that'll buy the machine and they can work. We're not skilled enough. And unfortunately, my local dealers are not, they're like, we can't find parts for this machine. We're Suzuki's and Yamahas and whatever. It's a brand that they don't maintenance. I think there's a dealer in Mass, like 100 miles away, that could work on it. But we've gotten to the point where Jake almost wants something. So Green Machine was a coping skill, right? Life gets hard. You need a break from whatever you're doing, that's school or work, or even the Xbox is starting to really piss you off. And he would get in Green Machine. It was a UTV, by the way. Again, pictures. I'll try. You get in it and you ride around in the woods, and you kind of like road rage. You get your anger out and you get bounced around. And then you could breathe a little easier and you go back to whatever you were doing. That was one of his coping skills. Like, go punch the punching bag. Like, that's what kind of therapy is all about. When life gets hard, what is your coping skill? What are you going to do? What are you going to go do? You got to break it up. Do something else. And if that coping skill starts to upset you, it's not a coping skill anymore. That was a good one. If you go and do something else and that something else starts to bother you, it's not a coping skill. It's a distraction. Big difference between coping skill and distraction. So we've come to the point where Green Machine's just not effective because he wants more freedom. So this e-bike thing is getting real close for Jake. If we sell Green Machine, Jake gets an e-bike, and the rest of the financial reward from Green Machine gets split up for the family to, like, say, okay, Tyler, this whole boat, this little tiny like John boat kind of thing, maybe we can make that work. We could put some money towards the big family boat. Quinn and Olivia are all on board on the big family boat. They want to go. They're like, let's sail the sea. Can we go to Florida? I mean, they're all on board. The two little dogs have life jackets. Yeah, Jake wants an e-bike so he can say, you know what? I need a break. I'm going to go get on my bike and I'm going to go ride like 10 miles. I'm going to go ride into town and get a cheeseburger at McDonald's and come back. Like, he can do stuff like it's this freedom without having a car that I think he wants. And then we asked him, well, okay, if we sell Green Machine and we move to the next chapter of our life and we do this and we do that, do we need 2 e-bikes so you're not alone? He's like, no, 1 e-bike. I want to be alone. He's like, I want to take a ride and just go, 7 miles down the road at 14 miles an hour on a bike, roughly 15. It'll take him a half an hour, 20 minutes. Ride down the street, go get yourself a cheeseburger, ride home. It's that independence that I think he's looking for that you can't get with an illegal UTV that you can't drive on the road. He's still trapped. But he was crying. He literally teared up while we were talking about this. He's like, I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it forever. It's a memory. And I'm like, Jake, it's $6,000, $7,000 worth of equipment that we can sell to somebody else that can put a $2,000 new transmission in it and still have this beautiful machine. We just don't have the brain power or the skills or the time really to figure out. And then you're still only driving around in circles back here when you want to be able to drive to McDonald's or whatever. So the freedom, you still don't get it, even if we fix it. So there's this like, yeah, I'm 20 minutes of rambling now. I can't believe I've rambled for 20 minutes. And now I have to go edit this because I told you were going to get pictures. And I'm not even going to put in what I was originally about to talk about was the go-kart, which I think we're going to get Quinn on today. That go-kart, we have a couple extra videos. We have the one, I'll run it, whatever. We're going to put it here. This is a long video. This is the video of them running the go-kart for the first time. But this was like a month and a half ago. And it's running way better now. So I'm done rambling. I'm going to get the dogs. Come on, let's go. Ooh, look, they're listening. Holy poopy. They're listening. Here they come. I'm going to get the dogs inside. And you guys are going to watch this if you want, if you're even still here. And then we're going to move on to farm stuff. And eventually we're going to do a live Q&A style live. We might, I said this in a video earlier because everything's so crazy. Subscribe to all channels. Seriously, this one, Aaron channel, the live channel. We might just start going live with no warning occasionally for like an hour just to say hello to people and interact and whatever, because it's easier. Less studio, really straight from our phone, like set it up, boom. Daniel from Arms Family does it that way, and he has almost like 800,000 followers. No fancy studio. We got to get the studio back up and running, but it's so busy. I can't do it. Busy with family time. I mean, work and everything, but busy family time is taking up time, which it's supposed to. All right, here you go. Watch the go-kart video. I'm going to go now. This is almost 30 minutes after the go-kart video, and we'll see you later. Bye. Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes.
You did?
Just rubber, not rims. Yes. Okay. Whoa. Don't lean it. Don't knock it over. Back up. That looks like it's going to work. Watch out. So you're right. It's a little wobbly. All right, shut it off.
No, it's good. Let it idle.
What are you going to do? Put it down while it's idling?
Yeah.
Hang on. What does he do?
That one doesn't fill. It doesn't let air in.
So it's totally flat?
No, wait, hold there.
It's the Maiden Voyage. They're going for a ride. They basically built it in a day and a half. We picked up the frame. You saw that in the other video. We picked up the motor on the same day or the next day. And then we ordered a centrifugal clutch off Amazon. So get it, centrifugal. As things spin, they move out, right? So if I was to spin Quinn around in a circle, his arms can start flying out because, grab it, centrifugal, whatever. So the clutch, when you don't give it gas, it allows the motor to spin without the tires spinning. But then when you step on the gas and it spins faster, it grabs and now you start moving. So it was like 30 bucks, centrifugal clutch off Amazon. I ordered it at like 4 p.m. and it showed up the next day at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is today, Sunday. It's time for Jace to go home, but they want to go Maiden Voyage, and they didn't even put the roll cage on yet, which I'm kind of nervous about. I don't think the seatbelt works yet.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
Oh, 2 people on there, yeah.
No, you're putting both of you on there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're going, and oh my god, oh my god. Wait a second, I think that's I don't think that, no, that's not gonna work. It's technically a 2-seater, but not really.
No,
it's a 2-seater for your size, but we put a motor way too big in it. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Tyler, you need to listen to me.
Yeah.
The motor's very big for this cart.
Yeah.
You do not have a roll cage on, and if you flip this thing,
I'm dead.
I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be funny. It's gonna hurt. So do not do anything stupid.
I'm gonna take off my seatbelt because then I'm gonna die anymore.
Why'd you take your seatbelt off?
Because it doesn't work.
Okay.
Well, it does. It will save me, but if I flip it...
Don't flip it. How about that?
Don't go crazy. Go.
Oh my goodness.
Did you flip that thing?
The on-off thing.
Good.
That just means stop.
It's too loose.
Did you ever tighten the bolt? Stop. Turn it off.
I can't.
Did you ever tighten the Allen wrench back there?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try again.
All right.
It might have jumped. That chain might be too loose.
Don't give it gas.
Oh, you got to flip your stop switch again. Okay. Don't gun it like that. Go. Yeah, you did. All right, good, good. Go in between. All right, go ahead. Stay on the grass for a minute. Go on the grass. What just happened? Okay, try again.
Stay on the cement.
No, I told him to go on the grass.
Because it might hit the truck.
Oh, yeah, stop! The seatbelt. Oh my gosh. You got the snow. Give it back to him so he can hold on. Go. What's is it?
It's the truck. We might not have it straight enough, or it's not tight enough. No, why? Don't go down the hill.
What do you mean it's not tight? Come back here.
Tyler!
Come here.
Slow down. He's not gonna make it at that.
Why did he go that way? Oh, he's turning. He's turning. Okay, good. I don't know what's happening.
Me too.
Quinn, I don't know what's happening.
I want to try.
No, it's way too soon for you to try. They need the roll cage on it. They need to figure out why it's skipping and jumping and all that. They haven't learned what's going on yet. So it was a good start, though. It was a good start. They got to figure out why it's doing that sound. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Video number 2 of Goat Kart Predator engine build process. High five there, kiddo. Hey, you want to tell them to subscribe again? He don't want to do it. Subscribe and follow. Hit the buttons down below. Thank you very much. Bye.